Kersh gets a little bit more than what he asked for. And it's that little bit more that translates into millions of dollars.
Right. So have you had to have a kind of direct talk?
Well, it's not something you can stop. It's something that you have to, since Kersh, I'm sort of half businessman, half filmmaker. And I get very concerned more than anybody, really, more than Gary or more than anybody about, I'm really the producer. I mean, I'm really the one that worries about getting it done, getting the shots. Where normally the director just worries about making the movie, and he doesn't care about any of that other stuff. Well, I care very strongly, and I've always cared.
The first movie was directed by George Lucas. This one is directed by Irvin Kershner. What is the difference that you can see?
Well, they're very different personalities, and they have a different way of getting what they want. Kershner's more vocal about what he wants, I think George knows what he wants, but he sort of would rather maneuver you into it without having to come out and say, do this.
Have you been up there? How do you get up there?
Well, you have to use one of the rotor zooms.
Let's get up.
Ask Les.
Les, Joey!
Okay, watch yourself, please. Right, watch it.
Excuse me, pal. Keep walking.
Lights, standing lights. Everything burning, thank you. Right, background action. Harrison.
What? Where the hell have you been? Where the hell have you been?
All right, don't lose your temper. I'll come right back and give you a hand.
Where you going?
To make my report.
Tell him we're leaving then.
All right, I'll tell him.
The first one was directed, you were directed by George Lucas. Now you are directed by Irvin Kershner.
Right.
What is the difference?
Kershner is much taller.
Okay. He says, good luck. Breathing, let's go. Let's go. And you just run, just move right out. You take them off there. All right. Oh, hello. Okay. No. There.
Kurt,
Yeah.
you want to just run this now?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Hey.
When you got one of them trust you, then they've all gone home.
Gee. I got a one. You're giving them some pertinent information. All right. You know these people. It's not like you're talking to the men, and you end up here and you say, good luck. Here.
Really? But who's asked me that question?
Oh, what? Who asked it? I'll get somebody to answer the question. No, I'll get somebody to answer. Now, as soon as you say good luck, he says, all right, everybody, briefing, let's go.
Let's just hope I get
And you take him right there, and you walk here. Start right back
Okay.
under there, okay?
I'll need you.
And in which way acting is difficult in this kind of film?
A lot of times it has nothing to do with acting because it requires your total concentration and your total commitment, but you're given lines sometimes 2 minutes before the scene goes on. Impossible dialogue to say. You can type it, like Harrison says, you can type it fine, there's no way to say it. Certain things I can't even remember. You'll never get this bucket of bolts past that blockade. Well, it's very early in the morning. It's like saying, Betty bought a bit of butter, you know, those kind of... your mouth refuses to get around those words and make it sound like a sentence that you just off the top of your head and not sound false or, you know, doesn't ring true or anything like that. So we're saddled with a lot of that dialogue, and a lot of times I don't know what the dialogue means. You're given certain dialogue just to accommodate a move across the set. And so you can't justify it. You can't sort of say, wait, stop everything, stop all the explosives and the special effects. Excuse me. Now, when I'm saying this thing about all the troops on Sector 12 to the South Slope, what is Sector 12? Actually, what is Sector 12? I don't know what Sector 12 is. I have to admit it. I just had to say it, and they said they were going to loop something over it. It's like, I guess, doing an Italian film, you know, when they say they have people. We do that. We don't do that a lot on this, but when there's a lot of action, you know that you probably will have to loop the dialogue anyway because there's so much noise. So they just give you things to say, and then they will put other words over it later.
57G, take 4.
Master Luke, it's so good to see you fully functional again.
Thanks,
you
Rick.
to express this
I'll
is
be
really
back
important.
later. Great. I have to go away for a while.
Where are you going?
To another system. It's not far from here.
Great. Well, that's just great. Why doesn't everyone just take off?
What are you talking about?
First Han, now you. When am I going to learn not to count on anyone but myself?
I didn't know he was leaving.
Yeah, I was getting along fine before I met you two moon jockeys.
Calm down. Tell me about Han.
He's got to pay off that criminal he's in hock to.
Jabba the Hutt.
I could get more loyalty if I would down the hall have recruited some of those ice creatures.
Ice creatures? Here?
Yes, sir, but they're being tracked rather cleverly.
Beep, 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 beep.
Hey, kid. He looks pretty good to me. In fact, you look strong enough to pull the ears off a Gundark.
Thanks to you.
That's 2 Yomi, Jr. Well, your worship. Looks like you managed to keep me around for a little while longer.
I had nothing to do with it. General Reichian thinks it's dangerous for any ships to leave the system until we find out where that probe came from.
What probe?
Well, that's a good story. I think you just can't bear to let me go.
I don't know where you get your delusions, Laserbrand.
Laugh it up, fuzzball. You didn't see us alone in the South Passage. She expressed her true feelings for me.
Why, you stuck-up, lame-brained, scruffy-looking nerf herder!
Who's scruffy looking? I must have hit pretty close to the mark to get her all riled up like that, huh, kid?
Cut.
Wait,